everyone loves these makeovers. Since 2006 when I wrote the Millionaire Maker book, everyone loves makeovers. So we thought it's the fastest way to teach you is take people from all over the world and sit them in a little chair and give them a makeover. So every Monday, stay tuned on YouTube. We'll be building a channel on money makeovers. So our first one.
Pilot.
Smile. Here we go. Oh, this is our pilot.
Yeah.
All right. So, how much money do you make? So this is Nicole Rodriguez. Okay. So first of all, are you legally married?
Yeah. It's going to be on film. Yes.
Do they have a microphone? We need a microphone.
Oh,
Do
she's
you have a mic? There you go. No kids?
No kids together. He has one in Mexico.
Okay. All right. Are we eventually bringing him, like, as far as finance? Do we have to? Well, later we'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any entities? LLCs, S corps, trust, anything?
LLC that's in default right now.
So you have an LLC in default.
Yes.
So you need Scott to take a look at that and maybe resurrect it.
Yes.
Okay. And how much money do you make and how?
$3,000 to $9,000 a month.
Why the big spread?
Sales.
Why?
Performance of sales.
Okay. Sales performance.
Uh-huh.
So is your job mostly sales where you are right now?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's dissolving December 30th.
Okay, but is this 1099 money then, since you're not going to the entity?
Yes.
So he's just paying you 1099?
Uh-huh. Independent contractor.
Okay, it's horrible, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna figure out the LLC is gonna get back. By the end of the year, you gotta get it.
Yes.
This is your little 911 list, is you gotta get an entity. So we either reestablish or get a new one, depending on what you did to that one.
Right.
And any other income?
No.
Okay, and then how much are your expenses per month?
$4,000.
So some months are tight,
Yes.
okay? When you say performance, because of the
So
marketing,
I
the
got
lead,
like
the sales?
Yeah, I got like a tiny little, I guess it's like not a salary, but like I got a certain amount each
A
month.
retainer?
Yeah, a retainer. And then the rest was based on sales, so depending on how many events we had, and how many guests I had there, and that determined
That would
my rest of
determine
my
your
commission. Yeah,
And then once the event's over, are you still following the lead to sell it?
yes.
So you do phone sales then?
I do follow up, yes.
Okay, but you could ramp up your production if you did that more systematically and organized?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then over here, what do you have on assets? What do you own?
Nothing.
Not one thing?
No, not really. No.
Not one little thing? Savings account?
I have a savings account. Oh, sorry, that's an asset.
That's
Okay.
cash, yeah, cash is an asset. Savings, cash, how much you have?
About 30,000.
Okay, and that's money put away from here,
Yes.
over here? And do you have any 401k you've ever had,
I
or?
have a 401k.
And that's from an old job?
My own personal.
Your own personal one?
Yeah, so it only has about 2K in it. Never performed. Had it for like 8 years.
Well, and who would have told you to set that up personally? Some idiot.
I don't know. Bank of America.
Exactly.
Merrill Lynch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a great vehicle, so we're gonna go self-direct. And it would be, so once you resurrect, say, an LLC, then this would become a solo 401k, right? Or a Roth solo, right? So there's different ways that the team will tell you what to do. So by the way, those of you out listening, I don't solve all world hunger. We have teams of people that surround all of our makeovers that are specialists in each of these categories. So we'll fix that, because that's interesting. Okay, then what else you got? Do you have any stocks? Do you have,
No.
there's rent currently in
Yes.
real estate? Okay.
Oh, do we?
You guys rent or own?
We rent.
Okay. And then what liabilities? What do you owe?
So I have a personal family loan of 30,000.
Okay. That's
And
for
then-
family?
Yeah, family
But
loan.
so they're not urgent to be paid back?
Right,
Good.
correct. And then I.
Unfortunately for them, that's way on the back burner of your life.
And they're okay
It'll
with
happen
that.
eventually.
They're okay with that.
Okay.
And
Do you have
then,
credit cards?
No debt on those,
Good?
and then just 11,000 for my car.
That is paid for.
No, I owe 11,000.
And what's the note on that? 1%, 2%?
It's a 5. Yeah.
Who's it with?
A small bank out of Pennsylvania, BB&T.
Okay.
Well, hi.
Okay, well,
Hello there.
we have work for you to do in the self-directed. She's somehow somebody, not like I'd say B of A or Merrill Lynch or those people who do these boring things to people, told her to set up a personal 401k.
I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that weird?
That is rather strange.
Rather strange. So we'll figure out what that is. That will be Mike's job. And then you still got the cash, but again, that's not invested.
It's not invested right now.
And, okay, you like simple.
Yeah, I had it all together. I've been working on it.
And what about you? What's on your side of this?
I have no debt.
No debt? Are you part of this team to make this money, so you guys make this
Yes.
together, live together?
That's correct.
And we're still getting you immigrated into the country?
Yes.
Okay. So are you guys willing to have like a meeting with my immigration people? Sounds like they're gonna be better than your immigration people?
Yeah, of course.
Because legally you can't make money here yet, right?
Right.
Right, so it has to kind of come
There is
together.
a law that says that he can work for an LLC, but.
It's very
as a-
limited though.
Yeah, it's very
Very,
limited.
very limited.
Yeah, and so we haven't even really done that.
Yeah.
You
All right,
just-
so what do you guys want? How old are you, by the way?
40.
It's time to get
Just
going,
turned
girl. And you? Okay. See, I love that cougar thing. I do the same thing. All right, so what do you guys want?
Freedom.
What number is that?
Monthly?
Yeah. So what are we gonna build? So we're gonna have a company, whatever that becomes, and how much does it wanna make? 20, 30?
A month.
Just in the next year, if you're making consistently 20, 30 grand a month, wouldn't that be like a way huge difference?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our goal would be 50.
Event, right?
Yeah, I've got to 20 before.
Okay.
I've just started over and transitioned many times, so.
Are you ready for like a big last run?
Yeah, so I've got really close to being almost a millionaire, like 3 times, and then lost it, so this time I'm ready to keep it.
So a million's a lot to make, and you didn't keep any of it.
Right.
What did you do with it?
Started
Fun?
over again. No, it was with old business partners that didn't work out.
Okay? There sounds like a story behind it, but I don't need to know it.
Yeah, just.
Okay, so the goal would be to get to 50,000, and specifically, what does this company do?
It's
Is it
So we
sales,
do-
is it marketing, is
we
it
do
event
sales.
booking?
It's events, it's getting speakers more stages, it's video content, online exposure, PR and media.
Okay? And the big one to make that number is a systematic sales process,
Right.
not random follow-up after an event, very
Yes.
systematic, okay. That's easy, what else you want?
What else do we want?
Uh-huh. How about like low to no tax,
Right?
right? Because this is gonna be interesting.
Yes.
Are you ready to do this right now? Like, this could get fixed, you could save 2018 if you do this like right now. If you don't do it, then this whole year is just a wash anyway.
Right. Yeah, I want to fix it.
So you're like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to fixing it today? Because we're all leaving on a little bus called home. And then this year's over.
Yeah, I'm very committed. I'm a 9.5 or 10, of course.
So what would make it a 10?
To figure out exactly how to do it.
You're just gonna give us a credit card.
Yeah.
We start.
Right. I just got to figure out how to make those funds happen.
Okay? That's easy. I gave you guys him an answer. I won't say that, all right? So part of this world is I'm gonna say the right account. Right. Why are you laughing?
No, that's it.
Do it, just give them a credit card?
No.
That's how we start. We get going. So you need an entity, you need this. These just need to be set up. You don't need to fund them. And then this becomes a marketing and sales and planning conversation, which can happen very, very quickly. Because you know, most people are falling down in these categories drastically. And with the right accounts, you blow that out of the water. Might introduce you to a field. Could be ours, right? Could be Sharon Lecter. I know she needs that team. Could be a few other speakers that are like RDA listers that need this skill set.
Right.
So this is easy
Okay.
with the right accounts. What else would you guys say? I mean, right now you guys are an income game, right? So you say, well, how do you plan? Well, first of all, it's an income and it's an asset. So unlike the last time, as you make money here, because you live a low lifestyle, are you willing to stay in this lifestyle for at least a year to 2 years?
Yes, I'm willing to do what I have to do.
Right, so as this grows, this has got to just load up the accounts every year, right? So this has to be LLC number 1,
Yeah.
right? LLC number 2, right? And then this just continues to move money here.
Right.
So this doesn't happen again, where you make $1 million and end up with 30 grand,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
So next time you make $1 million, you get $500,000 every year, because you don't live on that much. And of course, there'll be business expenses in there.
Yeah.
So yours really is a focus of, you know, a business plan to make that money.
Yes.
But the money's gonna be made in here, and you're gonna fund in here.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
easy. And you have a whole team. So what question do you have to make a decision to be serious about doing this now?
Just figuring out, since our income is so low, like how do I get the funding? How do I make sure that I'm still able to take care of my monthly expenses while getting a new expense?
So
Because
it's
I'm almost bleeding, like you said. Sometimes some months, yeah.
sometimes you are bleeding.
Yeah, so
But this
like-
is an income problem, which means it's a sales problem.
Right,
Right? So that gets fixed, the rest of it's funded.
right.
So the one thing too, just about, when we're trained over here, you're trained to live by your checkbook balance. We're gonna train you over here to live by a P&L and a cash flow statement. So when you live by cash flow, right, so let's just say you get this business up and running and you're making a consistent 20, heading towards 30,000 a month,
Right.
right? Knowing that you have that confidence, would you ever hesitate spending $25,000?
No, not-
No, because you're living by cash flow, because you're living by a prediction of a knowing that you are gonna have the sales to fund the life you want.
Right.
Versus this little minimalistic way of, I can't afford it today. I mean, think about how most of us were trained, is you can afford it based on your checkbook balance, not whether you have the ability to create the P&L of your life.
Right.
It's a very different way of thinking, and trusting that you just knowing things are gonna happen. Over here is like, you know, so you're kind of straddled, because you've been a sole proprietor, in these worlds. But we just gotta like atrophy this whole side of you and grow this whole side of you.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Because it's an income game, and I would bet most of the people that are watching, right, most of the people we work with, they start here, the biggest mistake is they don't put their money away.
Right.
And then this is the guy to sort it out. Do you have good credit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
So have you met with Deb about getting funding?
1:30.
Well, we're gonna move it up to right now.
Okay.
Right? So who's, Janet? We're gonna move their meeting, is Deb available right now?
You want to know if that's available?
Oh, just has work done. And then once you figure out how to fund, you're good to go?
Yes.
Okay, and then we're gonna talk about how we jumpstart this.
Yeah.
Because January is the hugest, like right now is the biggest time to book. Like my schedule's getting crazy because everybody's booking speakers to Q1 and Q2.
Yes.
The biggest time to do it.
Should be free in 5 minutes.
All right, so other questions? Just so once you get it funded, then you're ready to roll.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you still like a little hesitant?
Just making sure that I'm confident and figured out.
You've done it before. If you made $1 million before, you have to rely on that confidence.
Yeah.
You've done it before, you can do it again.
Right.
It's just gonna look different this time, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of people in your land,
Yeah.
okay? And he's holding your arm, is she nervous? He's going- She's trembling. So, but here's the difference too, is so this will happen for you quickly, the structure we talked about, getting that C Corp, would probably be by, you create that result, you'll have a C Corp by April, May, right? Now you've got 2 tax year ends, now you're gonna be moving money to investments, it'll be a very active year. But once you set this up, right, you're never gonna, I mean, you still may have income problems, but that's a typical business, challenge. That has nothing to do with, now you have a flow of your money for you and your family set up in the right way.
Yes, correct.
Okay, So you wanna gather your stuff, let's go see what your different time and get you all signed up.